Hi there, this is Nova, and I want to demonstrate for you how to correctly attach my Sew Straight guide to your Singer Featherweight machine and point out some of the different ways that it is beneficial for you. My Sew Straight guide is laser precision machined with a slot in it that will allow you to set your seam allowance wherever you would like it. It goes from about 1/8 of an inch all the way out to just under an inch, with it facing you this way where my name and logo are visible. And then if you flip it over, it goes all the way out to a little over an inch. So it's very versatile. And to attach the Sew Straight guide to the machine, you want to line up the slot with the 2 holes machined into the bed of your Featherweight. Now, most machines that have a structural skeleton, a metal skeleton, will have those 2 holes. I provide you with 2 screws that have very unobtrusive heads. I've never had any difficulty with thread or anything getting caught on these screws that I provide you with. And because I provide you with 2 screws instead of 1, you're not going to have to worry about the guide shifting and scratching your machine, or are you losing your place, losing the seam allowance that you had set. I typically start my screws in just by finger tightening them down, and I don't tighten them down, I just leave them pretty loose. So you can see here the adjustment that is available with the guide with those 2 screws in place. Then I take a ruler and I put my ruler on my machine and I line up the 1/4 inch mark underneath my presser foot. I put my presser foot down and I go ahead and usually run my needle down and make certain that it is right where I want it. And see, this time it wasn't quite where the 1/4 inch mark is, so let me move it over just a hair. There we go. Now I slide my Sew Straight guide over to the ruler and tighten down the 2 hex head screws. I usually just finger tighten mine. I do have available a little Allen wrench that is specifically for these screws. These are available on my website as well. They are sold separately from my Sew Straight guide, but they are available if you want to snug those down with it. That does help sometimes keep it from moving around on you if you're going to be doing a tremendous amount of work all at one time. You can remove the ruler, and there you are, you're ready to go. You can tell the difference in the obtrusiveness of the screws that I provide and some of the other screws that are provided by some other folks that are selling a guide similar to mine on the market. They provide you with these huge screws, and so every time you go to do anything, you hit the screw, and they usually just provide 1. So I hope that helps. And I would like to show you another thing about the Sew Straight guide. I'm often asked if you can use it with pins. I pin pretty much everything that I do. But one of the things that will truly help you in your piecing, whether or not you're using my Sew Straight guide, is if you will learn to pin with your pin heads going to the left. So your pin points are pointing to the right or toward the Sew Straight guide or the edge of your seam, just like I have these pin heads here. And so I've got this set up. My pin heads are pointing the correct direction. My pin points are pointing the correct direction. The first time you pin like this, if you're accustomed to pinning like most of us were taught to pin with the pin heads going this way, it's going to feel like you're putting your shoes on the wrong feet. But what that does, whether or not you're using my Sew Straight guide, is it changes the way the fabric feeds under the presser foot and through the feed dogs, and you will greatly increase your accuracy in piecing just by the simple act of learning to repin with your pin heads off to the left. Now, I use a stiletto, and I recommend a stiletto. This one is just a simple bamboo stiletto. I carry a very elegant, nice brass stiletto on my website if you're interested in that. But the bamboo one works very well. Look at the space that is here between the original presser foot and my Sew Straight guide. It allows you to hold onto the fabric with the stiletto and be able to sew that perfect 1/4 inch seam, and you never have to let go. you can guide it all the way past the presser foot. It would have helped if I'd have had thread in that, wouldn't it? Oh well. Happy stitching!